In a meeting, do you think sometimes the quietest person in the room is actually the smartest? Let's find out.
The more you talk in a meeting, the more likely you are to get selected as the leader of a team. So we reward people who dominate the conversation, even though they are not actually better at leadership. And often they're worse because they fail to.
I agree. They're definitely not. People just like people that speak up. Because when you're a leader, you want somebody to speak up. And if that person speaks up, they're like, oh, they're voicing out their mind. Totally, 100%.
Include and learn from the voices around them in the room. They're so obsessed with being the smartest person in the room that they fail to make the room smarter. I think what happens there is that we're consistently mistaking their confidence for competence. So we need to change that. The people I want to elevate into leadership roles are basically people who bring generosity and humility to the table. Generosity is about saying, I'm going to put my mission above my ego, and I'm going to try to make everybody in the room better. And humility is about saying, it's my job to know what I don't know and try to learn from every single person I work with. And I think the idea of being a lifelong learner is something we throw around a lot, but we don't take seriously. I think part of being a lifelong learner is recognizing that every person you meet is a potential teacher.
Yeah, it's because usually when you talk to a group of people, like when a leader talks to a group of people, usually nobody says anything. Everyone's very quiet. And so the people who speak up, even though they might not say something great or intelligent, is a sign of confidence and willing to engage with a CEO. And sometimes they like that challenge, or like that interaction. At the end of the day, we all bias against someone we interact with, right? And so if someone is shy and they don't interact with you, well, then you just assume that their capabilities are kind of where they are. But I have to say though, what he was saying was he wants to try to find those people who have humility, that don't talk a lot. That's hard. That's harder than it looks. It requires a leader to put more effort to find and dig those things up, ask those penetrating questions, and get people to kind of share those thoughts, which a lot of people, even if they're very competent, but they're shy, they may not even give you that information because they don't know necessarily that that's the right information to give, that really is what makes sense. That's, to me, that's the challenge. That's what he wants, but it's actually, I think, really difficult to practice in real life because it takes confidence. You need to build those individual people's confidence. So in my mind, the biggest takeaway of this is I think his concept is correct, and I think that's what we all should do as leaders, but it takes way more effort to find those people. And we need better techniques and better tricks to do that. If you guys think that you want to know more techniques on how to find competent versus loud people, write busy in the comments, and I'll send them over to you.